Time is the only currency you can never refund. Money lost can be earned back. A relationship broken can sometimes be repaired. But a second that ticks away is gone forever. No bank in the world will refund it to you. Most people treat time like it's unlimited, spending hours on things that don't move them an inch closer to their dreams. They scroll, they sleep in, they wait for the right moment, not realizing the right moment is bleeding out every single second they hesitate. The shocking truth is this: you are dying in real time, and so is your dream, if you're not feeding it. Every second you waste isn't neutral. It's a withdrawal from the only account you can never top up again. Champions understand this at a cellular level. They don't wake up motivated. They wake up aware that the clock is undefeated and it does not negotiate. This keynote is the foundation of everything else in this speech, because until you feel the weight of a ticking clock in your chest, you will keep treating your life like a rough draft instead of the only copy you get. Time doesn't care about your excuses, your grief, your fear, or your comfort. It moves whether you grow or not. So the first shift has to be internal. Stop asking for more time and start respecting the time you already have. Comfort is a slow, silent assassin. Nobody warns you that comfort kills more dreams than failure ever will. Failure at least teaches you something. Comfort just lulls you to sleep while your potential rots quietly in the corner. You get a decent job, a decent routine, a decent life. And decent becomes the enemy of extraordinary. The shocking part, you won't even feel it happening. There's no dramatic moment where comfort announces itself. It creeps in through the snooze button, the I'll start Monday, the Netflix episode that turns into 5. Every second spent chasing comfort is a second stolen from the version of you that was built for more. This keynote forces the audience to confront an uncomfortable mirror. Are you pursuing peace, or are you hiding from pain in a soft blanket labeled balance? Growth and comfort cannot occupy the same room at the same time. One is always evicting the other. If you want to make every second count, you have to become addicted to the discomfort of growth instead of the anesthesia of comfort. Because comfort doesn't just slow you down, it convinces you that slow is safe. Right up until the day you look back and realize safe cost you your whole life. Your excuses are lies you whisper to survive the pain of trying. Every excuse you've ever made was really just fear wearing a disguise. I don't have time. I'm too tired. It's not the right season. These aren't facts. They're anesthesia. They numb the guilt of not going after what you say you want. Here's the shocking part nobody tells you. Your excuses are more creative and more detailed than your goals. You can explain in perfect detail why you didn't work out, why you didn't send the email, why you didn't start the business, but ask you to describe your dream in that same detail, and suddenly you go quiet. That gap is the problem. Every second you spend building a case for why you can't is a second you refuse to spend building the life you claim to want. This keynote matters because most people don't lack time. They lack the willingness to feel the discomfort of trying and possibly failing. An excuse feels like protection, but it's actually a slow theft. It steals seconds, then minutes, then years, until one day you're staring at a life built entirely out of almost. To make every second count, you have to stop negotiating with your fear and start prosecuting your excuses like the thief they are. Discipline outlives motivation every single time. Motivation is a spark, beautiful, exciting, and gone within days. Discipline is the fire that keeps burning long after the spark has died, long after the crowd has stopped cheering, long after nobody's watching. The shocking truth is this: you will not feel motivated most days. You will wake up tired, uninspired, and tempted to quit. And that's exactly the moment that separates the ones who make every second count from the ones who wait for inspiration that never shows up on schedule. Relying on motivation is like trying to build a house during a lightning storm. It's dramatic, but it's not reliable. Discipline doesn't ask how you feel. It asks what you promise yourself, and it holds you to it second by second, even when your emotions vote against you. This keynote is crucial because it kills the myth that successful people feel like it every day. They don't. They've just decided that their commitment to their future self is bigger than their mood in the present moment. Every second you spend waiting to feel ready is a second discipline could have already used to move you forward. Make every second count doesn't mean feel inspired every second. It means show up every second. Whether inspiration bothers to join you or not, the clock does not wait for your permission. Somewhere right now, someone is being born, someone is taking their last breath, and time is moving at the exact same pace for both of them. Indifferent, unstoppable, unbothered by your plans. The shocking reality is that the clock never asked if you were ready. It didn't wait for you to heal from that heartbreak, recover from that failure, or finish scrolling your phone. It just kept moving second by relentless second while you decided whether or not to move with it. This keynote is meant to jolt the audience out of the illusion that life pauses for permission. It doesn't. While you're planning the perfect time to start, someone with half your talent and none of your excuses is already 3 steps ahead, simply because they moved when the second was available instead of waiting for the season to feel comfortable. Every sunrise is time handing you a fresh account of seconds, and every sunset is time closing that account. Whether you spent it wisely or not, there is no refund, no rollover, no bonus round. You either move with the clock or the clock moves without you, and it will never once look back to see if you're ready. One day you will run out of seconds, let that terrify you into action. This is the note that should sit heavy in your chest. One day, this will be your last day, and you won't know it's the last one until it's already over. The shocking, uncomfortable truth is that most people live like they have infinite seconds, when in reality, nobody is promised the next one. That's not meant to depress you. It's meant to wake you up. If you truly understood deep in your bones that your seconds are numbered and you don't know the number, you would stop wasting them on bitterness, on scrolling, on people who don't deserve your energy, on dreams you keep postponing for later. Later is not guaranteed. Later is a lie comfortable people tell themselves to avoid urgency. This keynote ties every other note together because urgency is the fuel that makes every second count actually mean something. It's not about living in fear of death. It's about living in reverence of the time you still have. When you accept that your seconds are finite, you stop wasting them apologizing for your ambition and start spending them building the life you were terrified to chase. Let the ticking clock scare you not into paralysis, but into purpose. What if I told you that right now, while you're sitting there comfortable, while you're sitting there scrolling, while you're sitting there waiting for the right time, your life is leaking out of you, 1 second at a time, and you don't even feel it happening? What if the very second you're breathing right now, somebody out there is taking their last breath, begging, pleading, bargaining for just one more day, one more hour, one more second that you are wasting on doubt? You don't get that second back. I don't care how much money you make. I don't care who you know. I don't care how talented you are. Time does not refund. Time does not negotiate. Time does not care about your excuses. You keep saying, I'll start Monday. You keep saying when things calm down. You keep saying when I feel ready. Let me tell you something. Ready is a myth invented by people who are scared of failing in front of an audience. The clock doesn't wait for ready. The clock doesn't wait for perfect. The clock doesn't wait for your permission. Comfort is lying to you. Comfort is whispering, relax, you've got time, while it quietly strangles every dream you ever had. You are not tired. You are uninspired by a life that's too small for the greatness inside you. And that is the most dangerous kind of tired there is. Your excuses are not facts. They are fear dressed up in a suit trying to convince you it's protecting you. But it's not protecting you, it's robbing you. Every excuse is a second stolen. Every I'll do it later is a second stolen. Every scroll, every snooze, every maybe tomorrow is a second you are never getting back. You don't need motivation. Motivation is a spark. It's a flash. It's gone by Wednesday. What you need is discipline, the kind that shows up when nobody's clapping, the kind that gets up when your feelings vote no, the kind that moves anyway. Because here's the truth that should shake you awake right now. One day, this will be your last day. And you won't get a warning. You won't get a countdown. You will not know it's your last second until it's already gone. So what are you going to do with the seconds you have left? Are you going to keep negotiating with your fear? Or are you finally going to run at your life like it's the only one you get? Because it is. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop waiting to feel ready. Stop waiting for permission that's never coming. Get up, move, chase it, bleed for it, sacrifice for it. Because somewhere out there, someone is begging for the very seconds you're wasting right now. Make every second count. Not tomorrow, not Monday, not when things settle down. Right now, in this second, the one you'll never get back. This is not just a speech, it's a wake-up call. Every second that passes is a second you'll never see again. And the only question that matters is whether you spent it building your dream or burying it under excuses. Comfort will always whisper that you have time. Discipline is the only voice that tells you the truth. You don't. The people who change their lives aren't the ones who felt the most motivated. They're the ones who refuse to let one more second slip by unused. Your seconds are numbered, whether you acknowledge it or not. So stop waiting for the perfect moment, because the perfect moment is this one right now, right here, in the very second you're reading this. Make it count. What if I told you that the second you just spent reading this sentence is a second you will never, ever get back? Not for any amount of money, not for any amount of regret. Gone forever. What if right now, somewhere in this world, someone is taking their final breath, begging for just one more second? The exact second you're currently wasting on doubt, on fear, on maybe later. You think you have time. You don't. Nobody does. The clock doesn't care about your excuses, your comfort, or your fear of failing. It doesn't pause for you to feel ready. It doesn't wait for Monday. It just moves second by second, with or without you. So what if today, right now, you stopped waiting for the perfect moment and became obsessed with this one? What if the difference between the life you're dreaming of and the life you're currently living is simply this? How you spend the next 60 seconds. Stop scrolling, stop waiting, stop negotiating with your fear, because your dream is not coming to find you. It's waiting for you to chase it 1 second at a time before the clock runs out and takes the choice away from you forever. Make every second count, starting now.